Please be advised, Gaggle of Geeks contains strong opinions that may contain language unsuitable for young children. Now here are your hosts, Patrick Beatty and Chaz Campbell Evans.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
There we go. What is up, my Gaggle of Geeks, and welcome to the second part of this episode where we're going to be talking about a bevy of things. We're talking about WandaVision episode 3. We're talking about Godzilla vs. Kong and why we've not gotten any trailer for a film that's coming out literally in 2 months. Welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Patrick, and with me we, of course, have our co-host, Chaz. How's it going, man?
Friday.
How did this Friday feel for you? Anything eventful happen? Anything happen this week? I don't know.
Yeah, stuff did happen this week, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So.
Oh, what do you know? We got a new presidente.
We got a new presidente. Dude, I was really impressed that you and Nate and your friend went on the button mashing.
Your friend? Like, you don't know his name? You don't know his name?
I don't know his name. I don't know who you got.
Disrespectful. His name is Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm sorry.
What were you were praising me? What was that?
Well, yeah, I was just impressed you guys still went through with it on Wednesday because originally for my podcast, I had one scheduled for Wednesday, and I'm like, hey, I don't know how Wednesday's going to go. Could we reschedule it to Tuesday so I could, be prepared in case it's another emotional, mentally exhausting day? But it was not. But suffice to say, I'm surprised you guys still went through with it because Nate and Jay even went with that still during the storming of the Capitol. So they're on top of their shit, man.
No, it's true. It's really funny that you're being so kind to me when I saw your Matinee Heroes cast off. I think it's so interesting how you can just kind of switch that dial from being a really kind and generous person to just throwing me under the bus, and then driving backwards and running me over, and then putting it in drive, and then hitting me over again, and then just doing it again and again until my body becomes a pancake with all the guts coming out like you're squeezing the end of a toothpaste tube, and you don't have very good teeth anyway. So why is the toothpaste empty? It should be a full thing, but.
You know what? I actually still give you a shout out. So,
I heard the shout out. It was a fuck you shout out, is what it was, Chaz.
It was not.
And I say fuck. You know what I say to you? You've never faced me. You've never faced me in it.
I was hoping we would, dude, and then you had to fucking lose.
You never faced me before. I'll kill you.
Well, don't lose next time, dude, and we can face each other.
I'll crush you. Did Matinee Heroes break us apart? Maybe it did. I'm seriously considering, I don't know, just moving on.
Okay.
Moving on from all of this,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me formally apologize.
You know who should formally apologize? Legendary and Warner Brothers for not really giving us any details about this Kong versus Godzilla and expecting us to be so excited about it literally 2 months beforehand. I'll be honest, I am excited about a King Kong versus Godzilla movie. Like, theoretically in space, that concept, I'm interested in it, That's a very intriguing idea. Not very interested in this one, and I can tell you why. When a studio doesn't back it up, I start backing up.
That's a good saying, man.
Mm-hmm. If you can't back it up, I back up.
I don't know if I'm excited for this movie. I'm not gonna lie. It seems like everybody on Twitter is all hyped for it, which is great, but I don't know if I am. So,
well, let's go ahead and pull up the poster. Trailer is going to be dropping later on. I believe it's supposed to be
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. Let's see.
And here's the thing: I like the director. That's Adam Weingard. I like his movies for the most part.
What else has he done?
So he's done You're Next, which is how I actually found him. But he's actually part of the mumblecore genre, which is like a super indie kind of movement. But I like.
Here we got the poster. So we've got a similar color palette. Looks like they're going from the Kong Skull Island movie.
And Godzilla, King of the Monsters movie.
Mm-hmm. So what are your thoughts? Is this going to be a situation where we're going to end up being like, but we don't want them to fight because they've built up this crappy story that we have to fall in love with? Or are one of their mother's names going to end up being Martha, and that's what's going to stop them from fighting?
Let me ask you a question. Have you read any of the leaks?
Don't fucking ignore my question. Answer my question first, and I'll answer yours.
Well, I'm asking your question, or I'm asking that question because it kind of goes into one of those categories.
Ask it again, because I was so upset that you just didn't answer my question and you just asked another question.
Oh, okay. Have you read any of the leaks, quote unquote?
No, I've not, and I don't care to know them, to be honest.
Okay, I'm just gonna. It sounds like there is like a what do you call it? Desu or blah blah blah.
Oh,
Blah, 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 blah.
uh-huh.
There's that in it, yeah.
Okay. Well, interesting. So we're gonna have
it's a
that
Martha.
involved.
It's a Martha moment. We'll just say that.
Martha moment. We both have suffered radiation in our lives, and I'm just gonna say this: they've completely overpowered Godzilla.
You think he's OP'd?
I think he's OP'd.
I don't know, dude. Because in that teaser, we see fucking King Kong with like a little axe thing coming down.
Yeah, we do, but like Godzilla can turn into a nuclear reactor and just blow up and still survive and be cool. Like if you can survive that, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question then. How? Because there, what's her name? She's from Stranger Things. She's in this movie again because she was in the second Godzilla as well.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
Put some respect on her name.
How does she not have radiation poisoning from his last blast?
How does that whole city not have lingering, like everybody has a third foot now, and like there's tons of cats and stuff running around with dog sides. And
I mean, to be fair, remember the scene in the second movie when the guy goes underwater and takes off his glove and touches him, even though it's like in the most radiated section of the earth? It's just like, well, this makes no fucking sense at all.
Yeah, and Ken Watanabe going into the lair and just being like, I'm just gonna lay down with you, my Frankenstein monster. Just die. And that's the end of it.
Well, here's the thing, man. I like
how that's like rejuvenating. Oh my goodness. But hey, they brought in King Ghidorah. He looked dope. They brought in Mothra. They all visually looked amazing. But the thing that I hate about all of these films, to be honest, is the thing that most people say that they like, the fact that, oh, well, they're not actually focusing on the monsters. They're telling a human story with monsters in it. And I say, fuck you, because the movie's called Godzilla. I didn't want to watch the people and Godzilla.
I like the first one. I like the first Godzilla, and I also like the King Kong movie. But
you know what's funny? That's going to be an excellent tie-in to WandaVision, because she had a little incest with Godzilla. Because guess who her husband is played by? Aaron Taylor Johnson, who also plays Quicksilver in Age of Ultron. Yeah, that's right. What are you doing, step bro? That's basically what they're like.
Oh my god. That's what you think when you're watching that. I don't think that at all.
Well, no, I'm not thinking that because I'm never going to watch that movie again.
What, Godzilla?
Godzilla King of the Monsters, or Kong Skull Island. They're all garbage. I'm never gonna watch them.
Godzilla.
People are gonna hate me for this, but I don't care. They're not good enough to pique my interest. You know, the stories aren't compelling.
Okay, I will say the last time I saw Godzilla was in the theater when it first came out, but I remember being like, "Yo, this is a badass take on Godzilla." Because Godzilla, the one with Matthew Broderick, remember in 1999, is way worse. Than
of course,
what they came up with.
Okay, you can't do that. You can't compare apples to that Godzilla.
Why not?
Because they're different. Like in
how are they different, dude? It's a giant dinosaur killing a whole city.
You want to go? First off, not approved by the Godzilla creators, the 2001.
Okay.
So everything that they were doing was already against what Godzilla was to begin with. This is their attempt at getting as close to the original type of Godzilla Toho action films that we saw with the puppets and stuff. And I still don't like it.
What didn't you like about the first one then?
That it focused on first killing off Bryan Cranston 5 minutes into the movie, which drove me nuts because most of the marketing showed Bryan Cranston as being a bigger part than that. Then they just off him 5 minutes in. And then we have to deal with just Aaron Taylor Johnson, who has basically zero like energy, zero like chemistry with energy. He just is around through all of it. Anytime you're about to get pumped up for a big fight in a city, just cuts away to like destruction or the aftermath, never shows you what's going on. I remember watching that film getting so angry because they just kept cutting from the action that I wanted, or just showing, oh, well, here's what he did. Man, if only we had cameras so anybody could see it. Drives me nuts.
Have you ever seen Jaws?
Yeah, I saw Jaws. But guess what they weren't trying to do with this one? Make a low budget movie with practical effects. That's what they weren't trying to do.
True, but here's the thing. Gareth Edwards, it was an independent film director. This is his first big budget film.
Sure. And Gareth Edwards,
he took that same
I'm
approach
not saying
with
visually
money.
it didn't look good, but the story didn't work, which he also has a history of not doing very well with Rogue One, because Doug Liman had to come in and do rewrites. Basically rewrote the entire ending.
Yeah, dude, that's what's funny. The people are like, "Oh, yeah, Darth Vader is fucking badass." I'm like, "Yeah, but that wasn't the original idea." So, like, is it? It is badass.
I think a film evolves as it goes, but to say that Gareth Edwards is like the end all be all for Godzilla being successful, like it was successful, but most people left that going, why did they market Bryan Cranston the way that they did? And it was kind of slow. Most everybody left that film going, it was kind of slow.
It's genius marketing. That's why.
No, it's not. That's
because, dude, Bryan Cranston. This is around the time of Breaking Bad. This is the time around Breaking Bad, though.
Dude, who put out the Drive trailer that somebody thought was going to be a Fast and Furious film. Imagine going into Drive with Ryan Gosling and thinking it's a Fast and Furious film. You would be furious at that. They had to settle a lawsuit because of it.
Seriously?
I don't know if they settled it. I can't say that for sure, but somebody sued them, tried to sue them because the trailer mismarketed what they were getting. That's what happened with Godzilla.
I disagree.
I'm sure you do.
I do. Here's the thing, but
how do you get a job here?
Granted, like I said, I haven't seen it since it was in the theaters. That was like 2014, right? I was like a year out of high school, so you know, a lot can change. And if it's on HBO Max, dude, I'll watch it. But
which do you like better, the first or second one? Actually, all three, between Skull Island, King of the Monsters, and the first Godzilla.
I like Godzilla, Kong, and then I almost walked out in the second one. I literally almost walked out, and it wasn't even 50 minutes in, dude. It was the most bullshit thing. But here's the thing, though, as well. Okay, going back to the whole independent thing, they keep drawing in these independent filmmakers, right? Because we have Gareth Edwards, then we have what's his name? He directed The Wilder People. No, what was it called?
I don't know.
Kings of Summer. Is it Kings of Summer? I think it's called Kings of Summer. That director for Kong, and then they got Michael Daugherty for Godzilla 2, which is known for Trick or Treat. He's a horror film director, independent wise, right? And then they got Adam Weingard, who is part of the independent film community, going on to these bigger budgets. So they keep getting like these smaller directors to produce their first time like huge blockbuster fucking CGI fuckfest, you know?
Okay.
I like that approach. So with
why it's not worked. It's not worked so far. This franchise is almost
a story,
dead.
Dude, it's a script that's not working,
franchise.
Man.
It's almost as dead as the Universal franchise. It's this close to being kicked off.
No, I would argue no.
It's fucking close, dude. No. It's close to being kicked out. People are getting nothing but pissed about this anticipation right now, too. They're like, when are they going to show a trailer? When are they going to show us anything? And I'm in that camp, too. Why are you hiding all of your marketing for this? Are you doing just like the Godzilla film, where it's like, we're just not going to show you shit until 5 minutes before the ending of the film, and then we're going to do a big, fantastic scene?
Okay, but also, you have to realize, too, this was pushed back, number one. This is the second HBO Max film, like big budget film, to be released on HBO Max, right? After the COVID pandemic, right?
It will be, yeah.
So I don't know why people are freaking out, dude. Like, we're in the middle of a pandemic.
What do you mean freaking out?
People are freaking out.
Freaking out about the fact that they're not putting out any trailers or anything.
They're putting it out on Sunday. That's 2 months still.
Yeah, that's 2 months. Do you know when a campaign starts for films? Do you know how long Batman v Superman's marketing was?
Dude, we would have seen this
like 5 years.
We would have seen this trailer if the theaters were still open. There's been no theaters open to see this fucking trailer. Of course, they're not going to release it ASAP. Look at all the movies. Okay, look at all the movies that have been pushed back, right? Like Halloween. Halloween released the trailer, right? And then a week or 2 weeks later, they pushed it back. Same with Batman.
But
right?
They don't have that
anything else.
But you just said with me they don't have that issue because they are releasing them.
Yeah, but they
You don't
haven't
have that
really
problem. And they announced that over a month ago. So where has been the trailer?
they haven't released it in the theaters though. Is what I'm saying. We haven't seen any teasers at all for
It doesn't
Godzilla in the
matter.
theaters. Dude,
Trailers
we
don't
saw
matter
Wonder
anymore when
Woman.
it comes to theater. That doesn't exist. It's all
But-
online.
Yeah,
So
but
why
we
don't
saw
they put it out?
why? Because they probably didn't know how to market it yet, man.
Do you know what the most
This is a
profitable
whole
trailer was
new
this year?
platform.
Do
What?
you know what the most profitable trailer was this year? The most viewed?
Batman.
The
Dune.
Batman. Absolutely.
I
And
bet
do
it
you
was
know
Dune.
why?
No.
When is it coming out? And have they pushed it back?
They have pushed it back, yes.
But did it still get the most buzz it could possibly get?
Yeah.
So why are
Because
they doing
they had it
same?
scheduled, and then guess what? It got pushed back. Have we seen anything else
Womp
from
womp.
it? No, we have not. Have we seen anything else from Dune? No, we have
Why
not.
why are
Dune
we
was
getting
supposed to be
trailers
released
for
in December?
Dune and the Batman when God and Godzilla versus Kong is coming out before it?
Because they didn't release the Godzilla's TBD. It was to be determined. They didn't know if it was going to be on the.
you.
Dude,
no,
I'm being serious.
no.
I am being so serious, man.
Because
they
they
didn't know when
pushing
it was
the
going to be
date back.
released.
Because
Right.
they didn't exactly. So they
No,
don't have
but they-
confidence because they didn't know whether they should release it or not. Because
No.
they're like, oh
Are you-
shit,
Are you fucking kidding me, man?
we got this ridiculous movie.
No, dude. Because like, look at this, okay? Okay, we have Tenet, right? Tenet's the first Warner Brothers movie to be released in the
Oh
theaters.
my
So hear me out.
god.
The marketing was insane for that movie. No, hear me out, man. Hear me out. Then we got the marketing for Wonder Woman, right? That was like one of the other Warner Brothers movies to be marketed in a theater, right? And then COVID hit. Then they started pushing back James Bond. Dude, James Bond keeps pushing back, for hell's sake. But
yeah,
here's my
they have
thing.
a fucking trailer. They had a trailer out.
But here's my argument. Godzilla versus King Kong didn't release anything yet. They haven't released anything at all, even before the pandemic.
And you're
so
saying
why are
it's a good thing. And why are people complaining?
Because it wasn't supposed to be released. When was it supposed to originally be released? Let's ask that question.
So no.
No. Let's ask that question.
What is your argument? Because I still don't know what your actual argument is. You're just throwing all kinds of stuff.
No, I'm not.
That
Because
people shouldn't be
for
upset
example,
that
Dune.
they haven't released a trailer because theaters haven't been open and it
Bullshit,
needs.
no.
Is that what you're saying? I
No.
don't know what you're saying.
I'm saying there's so much factors going into it.
Yeah,
like
but
with
the main
Dune.
one is they don't have confidence in what they're putting out.
Really? Are you gonna say about Dune too? Then
The New Mutants.
no, Dune.
I'm just saying.
Because they
Dune's
released
got a
one.
trailer. That's the
They
difference. They're
because
confident because they
that's-
have a trailer.
That's when it was scheduled for a theatrical release in December. But then guess what got pushed back? Dune till October. And have they released anything since? Absolutely fucking not.
Okay, so what is your point? Are you saying that
I'm saying they haven't released any teaser material for Godzilla versus King Kong ever. Period.
until a week ago? Yeah.
Until a week ago. But even then, when they pushed
So
it
what
back,
does that
they didn't
mean?
have any. They didn't have any promotional things for it yet.
Exactly.
I'm
So what
saying.
does that tell you?
Nothing, because dude, it was supposed to be. I'm done arguing.
What do you
I'm just saying.
what do you mean it tells you nothing?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do some research here because hold on.
Do some fucking research.
I'm gonna do some fucking research, man.
Curly-headed fuck.
Is anybody else commenting on this? What's that?
No. We've lost everybody. This is just me and goddamn you.
Okay,
We were going to talk about WandaVision. I was going to try to make this a short one, but my God. All
I
right.
get that. Okay, here we go.
Let's
So,
see.
okay,
Release date
May
change.
2019, the first promotional one-sheet poster was revealed. Okay,
2019, Chaz.
but then no.
And you're really going to make this argument after reading that out loud. 2019.
Hold on, I'm reading into it. Hold on.
You're goddamn right. You know.
Okay, here's the thing. It was supposed to be released in May of 2020.
Oh, that's right. Oh, who's Chris? I don't know what that means.
I'm not Chris, motherfucker. I don't know who this guy is.
You show him some respect.
CHAZ.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay.
Redemption. He's in. He's back in.
Forgiven.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry for calling you motherfucker.
Oh, and he's coming from Periscope. Welcome, dude. You're the first person that we've gotten comments from Periscope. Welcome. I'd like to know your thoughts. Do you think you got a lovely gorilla as your tag there? Does that mean that you're rooting for Kong when it comes to this?
Yeah, but does he even know our argument? I want to know that question too, man.
Nobody knows your argument. That's the problem, Chaz. Your argument's ridiculous.
Here's the argument. You're complaining. You and all these fans are complaining. Okay,
And all these fans. UT23 is a great man. I don't know what his thoughts are, but I know he's on my side.
Okay, about the lack of promotional stuff, like no trailer, no teasers, nothing, right? But there were posters released before that, okay? But then COVID hit, and so they pushed it back. They delayed it like indefinitely. They're like, well, we're going to take this off because we don't know how this is going to affect all the theaters, right? Then they got experimental with Tenet, and Tenet fucking bombed. And now Christopher Nolan's pissed off. And he's like, well, I'm not going to work with Warner Brothers. Fucking, that's another argument. And then they're like, well, we're going to try this new thing called streaming on the platform while releasing theaters at the same time with Wonder Woman. That's going to be our test. That's good. That's going to be the ultimate test, right? And then after seeing how well that did, because it did do extremely well on their platform, that's when we started seeing stuff for King Kong versus Godzilla.
Here are the several release dates that they had scheduled for Godzilla versus Kong. 2020, May 29th, May 22nd, March 13th, November 20th, and later pushed back to May 21st due to the pandemic. They were playing hopscotch with this movie. This has been in development hell for a little bit too.
Are you reading that last part? You skipped the last line in that paragraph, sir. In February 2020, Warner Brothers hosted an unannounced test screening, which received a mostly positive review. What do you mean they're not confident? That's a mostly positive review.
So they shuffled in a ton of they herded in a bunch of people, pumped them up with sugar, and was like, "Don't you like this free movie that we're giving you? That's totally going to be unbiased, and you're not going to have any thoughts whether you like us or not, even though we just gave you this really nice experience."
Here's another argument here. Okay, in November 2020, the Hollywood Reporter confirmed that the film was being considered for streaming release. They didn't know in November if it was going to be released either theatrically or on their streaming service.
I think you are ignoring my argument.
I'm not arguing. Why would you release promotional stuff for something you're not certain how it's going to be released?
They didn't, not until just this past week, and they've still not put out a trailer.
Right.
Exactly.
I don't know what your argument is, man. I don't know what your argument is.
The argument is, if you're not putting out marketing and you're not putting out trailers, that only means one thing.
They put out marketing. They had posters and like
you're hiding something. You don't have confidence in your product. And until you show us the trailer and show us why you're wanting to promote this film, not 2 months before it's coming out. Fuck, dude, the Snyder Cut had a trailer before this film.
It's because they know it's bullshit, dude. And Zack Snyder's not even attached to it anymore.
Fucking Snyder! He got one. And this film didn't. The one that they actually knew they were going to do, and it wasn't just hiding in a cupboard that they wished upon and opened up, and it was completely there and ready.
Okay, but to be fair, I'm pretty sure they had a DC con or whatever you want to fucking call it. I don't think they had a MonsterVerse con where they could like showcase all these fucking monster movies.
I beat you. I win. That's the winner. It's true though. You know I'm right. I'm right.
You know what, dude? You're making me not even want to watch a trailer, and I'll go in blind. I'll be like, you know what, dude? Fuck you. Nobody needs a trailer to entertain themselves. Who has watched a trailer for movies in the pandemic? What's that question?
I'm going to send you the trailer. I'm going to pry your fucking eyes open to make sure that you watch it. I'm going to put you in a Clockwork Orange suit. I'm going to pry your eyes, and you're going to have to watch it.
Dude, and I don't know, man. Because I don't know. I'm just saying I have hope. I will give them the benefit of the doubt. Just shoot it straight to Netflix and call it a day. No, dude.
I mean, they could. What was the film that just got announced that it was going to Netflix? Sony and them just made a deal for a movie. It was just a news report that came out now. Where do you get your news from, Chaz? Because it seems like you don't know shit.
I get it from Twitter. I follow all these film journalists and critics and shit. What do you mean? What do you get yours from? WeGotThisCovered.com?
OAN.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, that's where I get my movie news from. OAN and nothing else. Just the movies.
See, I get mine from like Bloody Disgusting, from IndieWire, Slash Film. Twitter.
I get it from Breitbart. I get it. All of the extreme right wing media.
What's it called?
I check out their movie review. Only the movie reviews, though, nothing else.
The Blaze.
Yeah, I go on Parler and I say something Trump, and then they go ahead and then they just shit on whatever movie that I was gonna say, you know. Yeah, it's like, hey, Godzilla versus Kong, Trump, and then they're like, hey, and blow up and do whatever.
You're like, Godzilla versus Kong has this fucking Trump plot line where he gets fired.
Jay's in the
Godzilla's radiation. What's up, Jay?
Welcome, Jay. No, but here's the thing. We're ending this stupid thing. You knew that was right from the very start.
I don't think you're right at all. I don't think you're right at all, man.
Like the cockroach you are. You tried to survive this argument and last it out And you're not a cockroach. I love you.
Oh, thank you. I was gonna say too, like,
You're a cockroach. And I don't like how you're doing. I don't like how you're attacking me.
I went to school and we had to make arguments and stuff.
Oh, so now you're throwing your education in my face? Now you're throwing your education. Okay, apologize.
I'm sorry.
Apologize.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Man, this is.
Hey, can we talk about how your wife?
I am so.
Can we talk about how your wife booed me earlier?
Oh, she did, and you know what? I love my wife more than anything, and so her booing you says a lot. You know, I'm gonna take something and run with it.
I heard it in the background. I'm like, that kind of makes my heart kind of like, oh, is this a compliment? Like,
It hurts. It hurts a little. I get it every morning. Like that's kind of my alarm that goes off. It's just boo.
Okay, so we'll end this. We'll end this argument with one question real quick.
We've almost done a half hour.
Okay,
of this.
as of right now, are you excited for this movie or not? Just period. Yes or no?
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna watch it. I can't necessarily say I'm excited for it because, like I said, I've really not enjoyed. I've enjoyed all of them in the moment, like a Transformers film, like the early ones, where it's like I'm watching it and it's not hurting me incredibly hard, but I'm never gonna watch this again.
Okay, so here's
And I'm
where
not gonna recap all of these to watch the next one. Like I'm not gonna do that kind of stuff. I would for Fast and Furious, and I won't for this. How about that?
Okay, here's where I stand. I'm excited for this to see if it proves people wrong. Like I'm excited for Justice League to prove all of his fan base wrong. That's not a great movie, and it should have never been made in the first place. Opposite ends, but I'm excited to see where this one goes. I'm not excited for Justice League. We'll put it that way. Does that make sense?
Let's move into WandaVision.
Okay.
Man, if I could just WandaVision edit that last half hour, I totally would. Just cut, nothing happens. Let's get it. I'm just kidding. That was fun. Let's get into WandaVision. This is episode 3. So first we need to put up our little warning because we're going to be talking. And it turns out we've already had the spoiler alert banner on this whole time. So maybe people were like, oh shit, what are they spoiling? Well, we did do some spoilers for Godzilla, I suppose.
Dude,
but anyway,
it's been out for like 7-8 years. Like, get a grip.
Yeah, get a grip on reality, which might be bending in WandaVision episode 3. So we are finally in color, people. It's 70s style. We're looking at like old school Partridge Family style. At least this is kind of the homage I think they're paying tribute to. Wanda's now pregnant, and it's coming fast. This baby don't give a fuck. This baby is like the Twilight baby.
Are you saying baby or babies?
Baby. Do you watch Schitt's Creek?
I've only seen the first season.
Babies. People who watch Schitt's Creek will get that. It'll be worth the uncomfortable silence that I'm giving it right now too. But WandaVision, like, hey, woohoo! I love this episode. Oh, this is great. They reference Ultron. They reference Quicksilver. It's really the first time they've ever done that. It's kind of strange, isn't it, that in Civil War they just never mention the fact that her brother's dead. Like she's just like, on to the next tragedy. How do we fuck my shit up this episode? That's pretty much how they go.
I think they wanted to avoid Ultron at all costs with Civil War.
I know, right? We need to have a backdrop for WandaVision. So while I do that, you give a kind of recap to the beginning of this.
To the episode?
Yes.
Number 1, it's the first episode in full-on color.
Mm-hmm.
The intro is very much replicated that of the 70s sitcoms. It was kind of, quirky and fun, innocent, kind of a vibe going with it. And right off the back, dude, she, she's with her doctor, and the doctor is like, yeah, you're pregnant. But, here's what I thought was funny, too, is that the doctor's trying to explain the baby sizes with the fruits.
Yeah.
And they actually had a lot of fun with that, and they kept bringing it up later on in the episode. But it turns out she's only been pregnant for 12 hours at this point, but it's like the size of 3 months, 4 months, maybe 5 months. 4 months. I think you said 4 months. But, and then as the episode progresses, she gets more and more pregnant within this span of 2 days is what Vision said ultimately, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And basically it's just her having babies and him being like, yo, what the fuck? And that's how it goes. But that's the base of the episode, but there's a lot of shit that happens in probably the last 6 minutes or whatever that reveals a whole lot and definitely kind of projects the series into a whole different direction. For
Well,
probably
it starts to reveal what's behind
decade.
the curtain. 'Cause,
Right.
all this time we've seen a couple things that are kind of strange, like every once in a while you'll see Wanda say no and edit something like in the last episode. You see
Right.
these random bee dude. You see all of the townspeople kind of having like a creepy, insidious look. In Insidious they go into that world and
Yeah.
everybody's just kind of like about everything. They kind of have that look, and it's Pleasantville. They're I love the Pleasantville stuff. Have you watched that movie?
Dude.
I love Pleasantville.
I'm a
I know
like
Tobey
you,
Maguire
okay?
sucks, but it's great. Apparently, he's being a little bitch on the Spider-Man set. We can get into that later. But
That's news to
and
me, man.
he kind of always is a dick,
Yeah.
generally speaking. Like
Well,
Molly's Game is referenced
Yep. I was gonna
based
mention
on
that.
him.
Yep.
So, but anyway, first I want to talk about the we're gonna butcher some characters. So there is a character coming from Captain Marvel.
Who?
I don't know if you recognize her. I'm gonna pull up the cast list now. Monica Ram. Oh, is it Rambo? Monica Rambo? Believe so. So the young girl in Captain Marvel, right? That meets with Captain Marvel and does the color changing for her suit.
Okay.
That's her. Because now they're in present day. Because
That's
Captain
right,
Marvel took place in
Marvel's
the
in- Yeah.
90s. So now she's grown up and she's involved with this.
You talk
we
about the lady with like the fish pants?
Tiana Paris, the one black character in the entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But anyway, what's funny? I see some people on the cast list I don't want to really talk about, which is good. Whoa. Actually, this is whoa. Okay. Spoilers. I'm gonna do spoiler alert because I gotta show you this. Let's see. Okay. Do you see this? WandaVision cast right here.
Okay.
Elizabeth Olsen, right?
Okay.
Paul Bettany.
Okay.
What?
Didn't he play? He
What?
played him in X-Men, right?
What?
Okay.
What does
He
that
played him in
mean?
X-Men, dude.
What does that mean?
That's Quicksilver. And
Yeah.
in the X-Men franchise, not the
In
Marvel
the
franchise, but in
X-Men
the
franchise.
X-Men.
Exactly. What does it mean?
James Spader is in it too. What the fuck?
So Ultron could be coming back. Oh shit, we shouldn't have done that. Don't do to anybody that might have been watching. We just want to say that we made all that up. That was just a conspiracy. Okay.
Real quick though.
We are W anon. One anon.
Well, on last week's episode, you were talking about your theory, right? How like it's all in her head and all this stuff, and I had that in mind while watching this, and like, dude, it makes make so much more sense that it's all in her head.
With my theory, yeah,
and especially in the end because you're just like, they fucking know what's going on, like they know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Well, here's my big question: are these participants
Good or bad?
in there voluntarily, or has Wanda trapped them?
I think they're in there voluntarily.
I think it's a little of both, perhaps. But let's talk about the Doctor, who I have to say is quite clueless to the fact that Vision has powers.
That's the 70s vibe, right?
Well, once it's revealed that Wanda's pregnant and starting to go into labor, because literally it happens minute by minute. It's like second minute, oop, I'm in my fourth trimester, and then like she sneezes and suddenly she's in the next trimester, and so he has to sprint. And he sprints in like a Quicksilver fashion, interestingly enough, and gets to the Doctor. The Doctor's like, I'll hop on your back and sprint all the way down to your house again. Wanda, every time she has contractions, is splitting apart the reality that she's built for herself. And you're seeing Monica Rambeau being there, trying to assist, but also keeping a kind of close watch on her, not in a supportive way, but more of like, is she gonna kill everybody? Vision also gets to meet with the neighbors a little bit more. You get to see one of the neighbors. Oh, what is his name? the silly man that started drilling into the concrete.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome. Him drilling through the concrete. Catherine Hahn is always great. I really love her as an actress. She's so good. And you start to see that just they're catching on. Some stuff is kind of weird.
Yeah, one I thought was really interesting how like a pelican shows up. Like when her and you said her name is Monica, the actress name is Monica, or is it the character's name? Okay, Monica. How she's just talking to her like in the living room, and like the pelicans like literally dude. You know how the peripheral vision works. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way in hell she did not notice the pelican, but she kept her eyes.
Was it a stork though?
Oh, stork. Yeah, sorry. It was whatever had to do with birth. Yeah. But like she like you said though, she was keeping her focus on her, and that's when I kind of I was like, is she oblivious or is this like something else? You know what I mean? Mm. Because if that wasn't oblivious, and that was just like fucking weird.
Yeah. Well, you caught the part. It was so jarring. They just completely cut us apart and re-edit it. Did you catch that too?
No.
Where she's talking to Vision, and he says something like something's not right, and then she just completely she gives a scene, and then it cuts and re-edits itself and does it entirely differently.
Yeah.
She says something different than what she said at the beginning, which is awesome. Which means she's self-aware that she's fucking with people.
Well, also, I love how like the series has commercials in it that's directly in the series. Like they would be commercial breaks.
About that? That those are her parents.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the first commercial is a Stark toaster, which you can see when they press it down is giving off a timed beep that kind of looks like a bomb, which went off. The Stark's bomb, right? So killed her parents. So that right there could be the tie-in for it. I'm excited to see what they do moving forward with more of those commercials. If they're going to bring in more people, I saw somebody make a meme of one of Samuel L. Jackson's Capital One Quicksilver cards that they did commercials for. I think that'd be really funny if they brought him in for that. What's in your wallet?
That'd be funny. I also liked how what do you call it? Yeah, the doctor. This episode was really felt like her pregnancy, and it didn't really have much else going for it until I guess a few minutes or whatever. But I liked also with each episode, there's new changes, right? It's like the black and white episode, right? And then the second episode introduces a little bit more color, and then the third episode's completely colored, like 70s, whatever. And then at the end of this episode, dude, like, did you notice the aspect ratio change? Like slowly changes, and then like you see Monica.
What happens? We have to explain what happens.
Okay,
at a certain point, the contractions happen, and she's talking about. Well, she has two like twins, right? So she's got two twins, which I think is one of them's named Quicken. I think. Hold on.
Is it Quicken?
I think one of them is Quicken. Let me just make sure. Wiccan. My bad. Speed and Wiccan.
Huh. Wow.
Quicken would have been better.
Who's the witch? Who's the witch and who's the speedy one?
Yeah. But in any case, she was looking at. She's like, I had a brother. He was killed, and then the Monica goes by Ultron, and then she's like, "What?
Oh, dude,
who are you?" And then kicks her out of the bubble. You see that there's this huge facility, either containing it like Annihilation style, where they're like, there's just this big old thing. We don't know what to do. Every time we walk in, it's in black and white. Or they've built it to contain her. Yeah, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's all her, dude. I think they're just going to show that she's a crazy powerful person doing a lot of
the loss of vision, dude, at the end of Endgame. Like, holy shit.
Doctor Strange is going to have to show up. Doctor Strange is the only person that's going to be able to break this, and that will be him showing up at the end. I'm going to call it right now.
So, okay, do you think that he's going to show up at the end and it's going to tie into the Doctor Strange movie that they're doing?
Oh, yeah, of course.
She's part of that, right?
And she's reportedly going to be part of Spider-Man 3, too. Which will also tie into the fact that there's a multiverse, which is why you're getting the multiple Spider-Men showing up.
Goosebumps, man.
Right?
The level of planning that goes into this is so like it's not DC.
Okay, you know what? Here's the thing, though. There was planning. It just was the studio execs that chose not to go with the plan.
No,
The
okay, no,
I'm never gonna dog the creators for it.
no,
It was all studio, 100%.
yeah,
If
well,
that studio knew what they were doing and backed up their creators, I think we'd be looking at a much stronger DC.
well, okay, that's good. That goes back to Warner Brothers with like the issue with Dune and like all these Godzilla versus Kong. Is it good or not? It's always studio interference when it comes to Warner Brothers to some extent. Anyways, do you think? Now, let me ask you this question because this kind of crossed my mind while watching this episode. If this does tie into Doctor Strange, do you think there's going to be more than one season, or do you think this is going to be one season, one done? It's going to be like the interlude between Doctor Strange and Endgame.
We've not heard any confirmation of any second season of any of the. Actually, we did hear for Loki, didn't we? That there's going to be a season 2 of Loki.
I have no idea.
Let's see. Poorly renewed for season 2. Yeah, so it looks like Loki has 2 seasons. So that's definitely possible. Whether it is or not, I'm not sure because there's a few that are coming out. Secret Invasion, I couldn't see being an actual series. I think that would have to be like a limited run. Like this is the thing,
Right.
But what do you think is going to happen in the next episode? What era are we going into?
80s, man.
80s? Are we going into Home Improvement?
Dude, that's not 80s. That's 90s.
Oh, Full House. We're doing the Full House.
Yeah.
That's 90s too, kind of, isn't it?
No, that's 80s, man.
1987 to 95. So yeah, late 80s.
We're gonna see the Full House, like the Seinfeld and Friends is like.
And how
90s.
cute is it that they're going to be dealing with twins as well? Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, but it's Wanda's twins, and her name's Elizabeth Olsen.
Okay, now
you get that?
No, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Do you think, since the baby grew so fast, or the babies, if you will, do you think by in the next episode we'll see them aged?
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna see like the evolution of these kids. Something bad's gonna happen to these kids. I don't know. Who knows?
Dude.
Did you hear about the additional scene that was shot in Avengers Endgame regarding Wanda and Vision?
No.
So it was reportedly revealed that there was an extra scene or an arc with Wanda where she goes to a facility and opens up a drawer where grayed out Vision is stored, and she takes it, and that's the end.
Do you think he's alive?
So she could be messing with. Well, she could be like fucking messing with a dead guy, just doing marionette puppetry with him, which is super dark. That'd be so cool, though, right? She's just like making out with this guy with this huge hole in his head. And she's like, your head's indestructible. And like and she's like holding 2 sacks of flour. She's like, my twins.
She's like, your head's so indestructible.
It just starts bawling.
Your head's so indestructible, but what about your other head?
Oh, well, they already confirmed that. They confirmed that Vision's penis can change in density. Paul Bettany made sure to confirm that.
I feel like that's like Dr. Manhattan's stuff right there.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it is. This bump. This bump. Okay. Well, you know what? That's about does it for this episode. I'm gonna wrap it up here because we were a little bit late, and right now, let's just go to bed. Things are good. It's been a good week. I think we all are exhausted from, partying our nuts off with new President Biden. No, nobody's been partying. We're just like, give us our checks now. or we've been messing with Bernie memes. Bernie memes have been the thing. Should we talk about Bernie memes? Like, that's historic at this point.
Did you see that
it's gotten so big? All he said is, I just wanted to stay warm. I just wanted to not be cold. And now all of these people are putting me on these pictures that I'm not a part of. They're making me a part of a Jeff Bezos community party. I'm not a part of that. The 1% keep making 99% of these memes, and it's not cool. I'm going to cut their budgets now with my job. Good day.
I don't think that if he said it wasn't cool, dude, his whole website released a sweatshirt with his meme on it.
I'm going to profit off of this because
it's 100% to a charity.
And billionaires profiting off of my memes.
Do you have a bald cap, man? We have to do a Sanders little thing now.
Bernie, don't I?
Yeah.
I do a good one. I'm so glad. My wife has said I do a good job, but like she's really kind to me, and sometimes she'll tell the truth with that. Most of the time she tells the truth with that, but it's nice to hear that it's not just the 1% that's going and telling people that I've got
Because the
this.
only other person I've seen like do his impression is Larry David from SNL.
Uh,
But the
yeah.
fact that like you're a Curb fan as well, dude, it's just like a
Well,
whole
that's the thing. I don't think I could really do a Larry very well. I think I've got a lot of Larry David isms, though. Like here, listen to this. Tell me if this sounds like an episode for you, right? So the idea came from going to Wendy's. Me and Nat went and got Wendy's, and I think I had gotten a medium fry, and she had gotten a small fry. And she didn't do this or anything. This was just a thought that was in my head. Was that a lot of times when you get fast food, when you're digging in for fries, you're not really looking for which box you're pulling from. So you could be pulling from my fries, to which I got a medium size, right?
Okay.
So I got a larger fry. And so she's taking from my fries and she has a small, but she could have got a medium, but she didn't get a medium. So she's a fry thief. She's a fry socialist. She thinks that they could take, and I think there could be a good catchphrase to that. And I think that'd be a good Larry David episode, right? We're just like,
Yes.
she keeps taking my fries.
Dude, it's like the most littlest of things that just make it a whole thing and super relatable.
And I think about that stuff and then I stop and I go, oh no, I didn't realize that I'm doing a Larry David right now. I have so many.
You've seen all of Seinfeld, right? Like all the seasons?
Yep.
Okay.
Why?
I just say it's like Curb Your Enthusiasm, but like for like more, TV oriented than not. But it's definitely along the same lines of making a big deal out of nothing.
Yeah,
Like, they have a whole episode where they're going through a parking lot or a parking garage trying to find their car, and they both, or him and George both get arrested for having to pee. Like it's
yeah.
It's so great.
Well, let me do this though before we go, because the reason that we were late, and it's not a secret, I can tell everybody, is that I've already started doing Sundance reviews. So today we got a special look at Strawberry Mansion, I believe is the film. Whoa. It's about as trippy as WandaVision, to be honest. It's got a lot of craziness to it. Imagine a world where your dreams get taxed. So every dream you have, the government can tax you for it.
So it's like a name. It's a play on the name of like what's it? Lucy? No, Strawberry Field. Is that a Beatles song? Strawberry Fields. Yeah, that's kind of like a play on that same idea, right? Where it's they're tripping that song, but
it's super interesting. It's got a super interesting plot. Let me get rid of this so that nobody thinks we're talking about WandaVision anymore. But I wanted to go over to this next week, what the schedule is, and I'm going to be posting a lot of stuff. So the reason that I'm doing this, make sure that you're checking out the Patrick Beatty reviews page, not the Gaggle of Geeks page, because that's where I'm going to be posting all of my reviews. And we'll likely have people that are also industry professionals, critics that are doing this virtual process coming on to the show and talking about the movies that we're seeing. And there's so many that I'm checking out. So Coda and Censor, those are both going to be on the 28th. On the 29th, I've got 6 films that I'm going to be looking at. Actually, let's get rid of Strawberry Mansion because I just saw it. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so that's 5 movies. The 30th, 7. 31st, 6. So there's a lot. And we're going to be doing that all freaking week. And I'm super excited about it. Sundance virtually. I never thought that would be a thing. This is weird.
Do you think it's going to go back to being normal, or do you think it's going to stick to virtual? Because I can see it going both ways, because I think virtual has more of a wider reach to people, right? But also you miss that whole theatrical experience.
How many people are getting vaccinated? Like how much can we quash this stuff? And it seems like Biden put out a 200-page plan on how to tackle COVID and gave step-by-step instructions and directions of what he's planning on doing, which, whoa, government doing the right thing? It's crazy.
Press secretary not blaming the media? Weird.
Whoa. But Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I am excited for it though. Make sure to check out Patrick Beatty reviews for that. Over and Under Artists Exposed, you just did one, and I listened to a little bit of it. It's awesome.
Yeah, with Emily Fox, we talk about tacos, and then we talk about what it means to be an artist. It's a 2.5 hour episode, man. So I mean, if people have time to kill, like, definitely check it out. It's one of my good ones.
Do it
They're
while
all
you're
good,
doing whatever else you're doing. Just
Yeah.
put it on. Listen to the smoothie sounds of Chazzy.
It's up in the excellence status, just like Patrick's is as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I can go ahead and make this other announcement. We got a quick button mashing announcement. We are officially moving to being pre-taped with button mashing for now. So at the moment, we're going to be recording these on Sunday. And the cool thing about this is, first, we'll be able to do a little bit more editing post after the episode. So if we want to put up clips and stuff maybe we didn't add, that's awesome. Also, for our Patreons, we can start putting out some of the stuff a little bit early before it's released to everybody else. So now that it's going to be recorded on Sunday, you can expect, if you are a Patreon, to get it Monday. Literally the next day, you're going to get the audio version of button mashing. So you're going to be getting it earlier, and there's going to be so many cool things happening down the pipeline with that. But for now, we just need to make sure to get through Sundance in one piece. Dude, reviewing movies quickly is like not my strong suit, and I got to make it my strong suit for this. Whoo, here we go.
Dude, you know what I find wild is that there's critics out there who will write like 1,500 word reviews for like 5 different movies, all in the span of like 3 days. Like,
no, totally.
Like,
It scares me to see that kind of stuff. It's like, dude, how do you even think like that? But whatever. Is there anything else we need to plug?
Yeah, happy Friday. Have a good fucking Friday.
Have a good flubbing Friday. We're gonna get out of here. We will see you all at the next review. Please be advised, Gaggle of Geeks contains strong